What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with a remix of an Ace of Base tune. That's right, I just reacted to Ace of Base's All That She Wants, and it was actually the 12-inch version, which I had never heard before, and which had a notable extra section for the last couple minutes that was beyond the single or radio version that I remember from the 90s. I think a lot of people remember from the 90s. But yeah, we're going to listen to a remix by AK Penn, and the remix is on Kick for Kill Records, which is a French label. And it's a label that specializes in what is called hard techno or free techno, tribal techno, and in all three of those cases, techno is spelled with a K, not a CH, because indeed, if you say hard techno with CH and O, you're actually referring to a different kind of subgenre of techno, whereas hard techno with a K, and again, free techno with a K, hard tech with a K, that's a whole sort of like constellation of substyles that is very different from hard techno with CH. So bottom line, I know like from the outside looking in, it's probably like very ridiculous and seemingly like overcomplicated, but yeah, there's like different flavors of hard techno that have different labels, and the label Kick for Kill specializes in, again, this sort of European, by which I mean like hard techno with a CH you find a lot like UK and other places. Hard techno with a K is kind of continental Europe, like that's like the sort of heartland of hard techno. It does, you know, Spiral Tribe is a famous group from the UK that in the early 90s were one of the pioneers of the style, but yeah, I'd say hard techno and free techno, as it's referred to, is more common on like continental Europe, and yeah, it's a style that's very fast. The kick drum and the bass line, it's not like gabber or like, you know, proper hardcore. It's a bit different. It's more techno sounding and less like, you know, 909 distortion destruction. And then ultimately there's lots of samples from like reggae and hip hop and so on. Reggae, like especially if there are a lot of reggae samples, it's sometimes called raga tech, again with a K. So yeah, it's a little introduction into the sort of world that we're stepping electronically, though as I said, this is a remix of an Ace of Base tune, so if you know the Ace of Base original, you will definitely recognize parts here, though it will be in a very different and much faster sort of sonic setting. So with all that set up, I mentioned the tune is by AK Penn, which in the moment, I'm forgetting the guy's name. It says acid/hardcore producer from DJ in Italy. Doesn't show his real name on the Discogs page for him though, which is a bit rare, I have to say. Does it show it here? Nope. DJ Penn AK? Nope. They all just say DJ producer of hardcore and acid from Italy. It's interesting though that it's listed as hardcore and acid, because I definitely think of him more in terms of like hard techno. So in any case, it's funny that I'm going to react to this today, because literally the only comment on the Discogs page for this record was written today, and it says, would pay up to €200 for this, somebody message me please. And again, there's no copies for sale, and the last one that was sold went for over $160. So it's definitely a very coveted record. It's from over a decade ago, which is part of it. It's from 2011. So anyway, this is Kick for Kill 12, and the tune is All That She Wants by DJ Penn AK, or as I've seen it written more often, AK Penn. This sound here is the essence of like hard techno, free techno. Potentially rude noises. It's not quite clear what we're hearing, but it sounds a bit naughty. Oh, we got acid. Just little streaks. bass rhythm. That double bass. Like percussive chopping, juggling, like distortion, sliding. Track is like breaking itself down. It's like imploding. Amazing. Yeah, it's a top tune. I don't have too many records in this style, and indeed, I don't have this record. I remember I bought it on, like, I don't know if it's like Bandcamp or like one of the sites where you can get digital tracks. But yeah, I wish I did have the record. I'm not going to spend over 200 euros like this person on Discogs. Nevertheless, I do get why it's in like high demand. Again, these kind of records, again, like I follow like London acid techno, and obviously that's very different from the kind of the London acid techno that I listen to as, you know, one of my main DJ styles. So it's not like it's a track that like I wouldn't spend $200 on, but again, like this style is super popular in a lot of different places, especially like in continental Europe. So it makes sense to me that these records are actually in some ways, or in some cases, more coveted than some of the acid techno records that I love, you know, like 25 years ago, where it's like, oh man, like I gotta get a copy of that someday. So yeah, I get that this is just a super popular style, even if it's not like one of my main pursuits. Like I said, I have maybe like 20 records in this style, so I can spin a couple sets, but I don't have this one. Either way, let me know what you think. If you're, you know, familiar with the original Ace of Base tune, which I imagine almost everybody will be, let me know how you think AK Penn used it. I think it was used very creatively, and I especially like the parts with the whistle, like the sort of whistle synth. I think that like fits really well in the hard techno idiom. So let me know if you agree. I will see you next time. Peace.